Welcome to Krokozuna on YouTube. Today we're going to make a origami snowflake. It is winter season and also Christmas is fast approaching, so I'm going to do something that I would say intermediate to difficult level. And we're going to start with a blue paper. It's a very traditional piece, fold-wise. However, it's not a piece that you see very commonly. So I hope you'll enjoy this one because, as I said, you don't see it very often. Now, challenge number one. We don't see this very often in origami, and this is where it deviates a little bit from what you would call the traditional sense, is that we make 1/3 folds. Now, how do we do that? Personally, I just kind of eyeball. I fold over, I kind of guess where it's going to be. And oftentimes it's pretty accurate. You can, if you want to make this a little more precise, use a ruler, but what I like to do is just so what we end up crease-wise is like your tic-tac-toe game board. So I just fold over, kind of eyeball, place the creases, and surprisingly accurate. Like I said, if maybe it's because I'm very experienced at this, I don't know. If you want to be safe, like I said, use a ruler, mark off where the thirds are, and take it from there. So now you have the crease pattern, the X going through, as well as the tic-tac-toe pattern. Now, what we do is we will take this is not a common fold because the creasing pattern is in thirds. Like so. The creases are like this. Now we fold the edges, create a different set of creases. And as you'll see if you follow origami in general or my channel, that the creases are important because they give you the guidelines for not only the guidelines, but as you'll see in the next step, makes the folds very easy. Now, what we have to do here is, I don't know if you really caught what I did, but we squash fold. We bring the two edges in, squash fold the corner. So watch again. Over here, follow the creases. And squash. And I've said before, oftentimes squash folds, your triangles will become squares and your squares will become triangles. Like so. Squash fold, there's your square, and we repeat on all four corners. Get the triangle here. And the same thing, follow the creases. Get the triangle shape here. And so we have this shape, so with the 4 squash folds, like so. Now, with each squash, we almost treat these as individual squares, like when, and as I said, if you've folded the crane before, this is a fold that you'll be familiar with. We take the edges and bring them to the middle. And we create the shape of a kite. And bring and fold the top down. Like so. See, so it's folded the 2 edges inwards, made the kite-like shape. We open these up, take one sheet of the paper, and as I've been stressing in this video, evenly and neatly follow the creases. Like so. So what we're going to do is repeat this step on all 4 corners. So now all 4 corners have been completed, and basically if you've made it this far, you can finish this particular piece up. You've done all the techniques necessary, although it will get a little bit tedious here in a minute. Now, fold these corners downwards, tuck them away for the time being, because they're just gonna get in the way, like so. And then place the paper this way. Now we're gonna essentially repeat what we did earlier by following creases that are already here and creating the squash fold, like so. That was a little bit tricky. I'll just show you that again. The paper is flipped over. Follow these creases. Fold inwards. And squash. Repeat this like we do with a lot of repeat this fold 4 times, as you probably already expected. And squash. So you have a nice square like this. Okay, gets a little bit tricky here. It's a little bit tricky because we won't be able to see. we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did on the other side to get these 4 crane bases on this side. So we're gonna fold, crease our paper, first, like so. Fold the top down, and then open everything up, and pull so you basically have a bird base or a crane base upon a crane base. So once again, I'll show it to you a second time. Crease the paper, open everything back up, and yes, this would be a lot easier if my fingers weren't getting in the way, but that would be very difficult to do. Like so. So we're going to repeat on the other 2 corners. Now all 4 are done, and you're probably saying to yourselves, well, this doesn't quite look like a snowflake. Kinda does. It's still a pretty piece of origami, but I hate to break this to you, but in order to finish one of these, and this is going to be like a cooking show where, you know, 1 plate is done, you're going to need 2 of these. So what you do is you go to the back, it's going to be all white, pull these corners down, and I did want an all white to kind of give a contrast, and then we overlap, and I already made those folds on the white side. So this is, as I said, my style of origami. We don't use scissors or glue, but sometimes combining multiple pieces is okay, especially Christmas time when you want to make something with a little bit of complexity like this piece. And there you go. You have a snowflake. Again, you could pass a string through and make it into an ornament, or it's really your choice, whatever you want to do with this. But a little bit tedious, a little bit time consuming, but well worth it. So thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.